Use your public libraries. They have classes and programs that rarely get used by people of color. I would agree with you, Lisa, so much. Let me tell you something. I didn't even realize that those of you who those of you who don't have a lot of money and you cannot afford to buy a lot of these books, you can now check out books from your public library online. We just found this out just recently at home, but there are many opportunities where you can find, sorry, there are many things you can find in the books that you need at the local library, and you don't have to spend a dime. You can just check out the book and read it, the ebook, and then return it. And I don't think a lot of people knew that. I didn't know that till a few weeks ago. So those of you who are out there and you say, I can't afford to buy all these books that they're always throwing in my face. I can't afford these books. Um, I would say check out your local library online and check out the books. If you don't have time to go to the library and you don't have gas and you don't have a car, you can rent books online. You can borrow books online from your library. The library wants to stay in business. They need the action, they need the traction, they need you to come there, they need you to do whatever they to keep them going. So you can check out books online. One of the books, somebody asked me any books that I would recommend. Um, yes, I will. There's a list of books that I like to recommend to people. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, of course, but I really I'm a creature that believes in metaphysical thinking. Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, it's not a book about economics. It's not a book about money and how to um, invest your money. It is a book about how you think and how your thinking leads to the things materializing in your life. It's about properly programming your subconscious mind for your belief. I like that book. I read a book that I keep on hand, and every time I go somewhere with this book, somebody steals it. It's called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Um, and that book I believe in because it is, it is really combined with what I was taught when I was raised Christian, but explaining what a lot of those principles in the Bible come from in terms of your thinking, believing and having faith and programming yourself or believing that you can achieve the things that you see in your mind. So I love that book. I think that book is a book that I like to keep around with me. And I also have a book next to my bed that I read every day called The Language of Letting Go. And it is a book that was designed for codependency, but I think that all of us have some level of codependency because we are constantly being stimulated by what's going on around us, from the social media to television and film. I mean, even at the gas station they got videos. It's like constantly keeping you busy, and you have to learn how to let things go, and really letting things go creates space for the things that belong in your life to make your life better. So I believe in reading those books. I already have 3D modeling knowledge, so the class to use it will be a breeze. I'm jumping in, reading some of the comments. Consider making your online event programming accessible to the disabled community if you have the means. I like this. If your workplace has the means to do that work, our disabled community needs access to. Yes. TJ says, a young brother in Chicago, Jamal Green, puts Chase Bank on blast in the Chicago area for not giving in the Chicago area. Young brother Jamal is an entrepreneur in Chicago, and he walks it like he talks it, 100%. So good job, Chicago, Jamal Green. We appreciate that, Jamal D. Green. And so get a subscription to Black Enterprise. I'm reading the suggestions. Within our communities, there is a lot of information that is not accessible to us because it is by design. So we have to make an effort to go out there and really understand some of the things that are affecting us on a daily basis. And then when we get the information, we have to share it. And that's how we do change from the ground up, because from the top up, it's not going to happen. You think that all of these elitists, rich white assholes who are at the top, straight men, want us to have access and information about how to properly use our money so that our money can make way for us? Absolutely not. So we have to say, you know what? I'm going to get this information. I really am appreciating this conversation because I think that we just go, 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 go on Truth Serum. And I like to pride myself in this being an interactive experience. But I wanted to make sure that I shared some of these things with you because I think it is important for us to do that. Um, let's see. Oh, and that is also a good point. Lots of libraries also have virtual streamable or temporary download content to, like movies, audiobooks, and music. So if you cannot afford to have Netflix, if you don't have Hulu, which you should not be ashamed of, it's hard enough right now. Everybody is surviving. You can download and get, you get some content and stuff like that if you don't have Spotify or Apple Music. A lot of things that many of us take for granted because it's just part of our day. It's our Friday. Some people, wish that they could have. Um, let's see. Sulma Alsu Brown joins us. She's been a guest on the show. She supports the show on a very consistent basis. So I want to shout her out. She also has a book. She has two books for children. And put it in the comments section, Sulma, so that we can pin it. But her books are targeting hair texturism, and she's talking to children about how there is no such thing as bad hair, which is something that's taught a lot in the communities of color that are from Latin America. So she has two books, and I think that her books are great. I bought them both, and if you can support an entrepreneur, a woman, a Black woman, a Latina Black woman, whatever it is that you need her to be so you can support her. I just support people because I like to support them. It's called My Hair Comes With Me, Shifting the Paradigm of What Success Looks Like. That's one of the other books. And then she has Bad Hair Does Not Exist. And let me tell you something. One of those books is on sale on Amazon for hundreds of dollars because I think there are very few of them left. So no, thank you, Sulma, for writing and informing people on the struggle of our young people dealing with the realities of, how they look in this country, not meeting this Euro standard that is fed by white supremacy. So the website where you can find the books and information on Sulma is www.nopelomalo.com.